While walking through the crime scene at Krista Hoyt's apartment, the floor was a mess from the blood and body fluids leaking from where her head had been removed. She had been disemboweled from her pelvic area all the way to her xiphoid process. And so her internal organs were exposed when she was laid back on the bed. She had a bra and a shirt that was found on the bed that had been cut just like Christine Powell's, from the waistline all the way up to the neckline, and then from the middle of the breast out to the arms on the t-shirt. Never ever any of our law enforcement officers that were exposed to these crime scenes had ever seen anything like that. And thank the good Lord, we haven't seen anything like that since. I don't think I'll ever forget those scenes.
Danny was, he would write his own songs, sort of a country western type sound to it, played a little guitar, called himself, you know, the lone writer, and he had 5 or 6 different songs that he'd put together. I came into contact with an ex-girlfriend of his. She played those songs for me, so I was a little familiar with their sound and the songs themselves. So you fast forward to the end of our investigation when LeGrand Hewitt comes down with that tape recorder. As soon as the tape starts playing, I hear Danny playing the guitar and singing his ridiculous songs, and I recognize him right away. And I said, LeGrand, that's Danny. That's Danny. And so we listened to 2 or 3 of these songs, and then at the end of that tape, he says, well, that's all, and I'm signing off. This is Danny Harold Rawling. There's something I gotta go do. And we believe that when he ended that tape, that's what started his crime scenes in Gainesville.
I'm a nurse. I work to save people's life. So wanting Rawling put to death was a struggle inside of me. I wanted him put to death because of everything he had done, and I didn't want him to think about it anymore, enjoy it anymore. I needed to go to the execution of Danny Rawling to represent our family, to let him see that I'm sitting there looking at him at his last final moments, and to know that maybe I won this one, that he did not have that control over something, that he had lost control. They opened the curtain, and they had him on the gurney in front of us. And Danny Rawling was an unusual character. He liked to think that he could produce art and produce music. And so he had one song he liked to sing. And he looked at all of us sitting there, and he started singing his song.
You can't run from your shadow, all you wanna be.
So that really made us even angrier at him, to think that he could sit there and talk about his lone rider or whatever it was. We didn't want to hear that anymore. It was very difficult to go through that. It was a shock to watch somebody get put to death.